Betrayal doesn't just break you, it sets your soul on fire. Ethan Caldwell, a 48-year-old tech genius and former CIA analyst, stood in the dust of a deserted Nevada bus depot, watching the tail lights of his vintage Mustang fade into the night. His wife, Cassandra Cassie Monroe, had just left him for dead metaphorically and almost literally mocking him as dead weight, while their 17-year-old daughter, Harper, sat silently in the passenger seat. Ethan's empire, Sentinel Tech, a cybersecurity juggernaut protecting celebrities and Fortune 500 companies across 92 countries, lay in ruins after a vicious cyber attack 4 months ago. His grandfather's antique Rolex, a family heirloom, was now on the wrist of Victor Slade, Cassie's lover and Ethan's former college friend turned bitter rival. Bruised from Victor's shove into a dumpster, Ethan limped toward the depot's flickering neon sign, his breath fogging in the chilly desert air. This wasn't the end. It was the spark of a war he'd been preparing for his entire life. Inside the depot, Gloria, a 60-something cashier with a sharp tongue and a heart of gold, sized him up. "You look like you got run over by a midlife crisis," she said, sliding a stale donut across the counter. "Phone's over there. One call, don't make it a soap opera." Ethan managed a grim smile, his mind racing. He dialed a number burned into his memory, activating Operation Blackout, a covert protocol tied to Nighthawk, a secret network he'd built years ago as a failsafe. "Sierra, Tango, Alpha, Romeo, Kilo," he said, confirming his identity. The voice on the other end, cool and professional, replied, "Extraction in 30 minutes. Hang tight." As he hung up, Gloria raised an eyebrow. "You some kind of spy? Or just really bad at picking wives?" Ethan chuckled, despite the betrayal burning in his chest. "A bit of both, Gloria, a bit of both." 30 minutes later, a beat-up Jeep rolled up, driven by Rachel Vega, Ethan's former CIA partner. Her dark hair was pulled back, and her smirk was sharper than ever. "Dumpster chic? Bold-fashioned statement, boss," she quipped, tossing him a bottle of water. Ethan slid into the passenger seat, wincing. "They're celebrating with my wine at the Malibu beach house," Rachel reported, her tone shifting to business. Cassie, Victor, and Harper toasting their so-called victory. Ethan's jaw tightened. "Tacky," he said, his voice low, but laced with resolve. "Let's show them what happens when you underestimate a paranoid genius." Cassie and Victor had planned this for 2 years. Cassie, a former small-town barista who'd reinvented herself as a Silicon Valley influencer, met Ethan at a charity gala a decade ago. Her charm was a weapon, and she'd wielded it to climb the social ladder, marrying Ethan for his wealth and status. Victor, a disgraced tech mogul who'd once been Ethan's college roommate, harbored a grudge since Ethan outshone him in a startup pitch that landed Sentinel Tech's first big contract. Together, they orchestrated the cyber attack that drained Sentinel Tech's accounts and framed Ethan as a bumbling CEO. They'd even corrupted Harper, showering her with luxury sneakers and designer gear, turning her against her father with lies about his neglect. But Ethan, shaped by his CIA days, lived by one rule: always have a backup plan. Nighthawk, with its hidden servers and loyal operatives, was his ace in the holy secret even Cassie never suspected. 4 months later, Cassie and Victor lounged in Ethan's Malibu beach house, clinking overpriced champagne glasses. Cassie, now in her late 30s, maintained her influencer glow with Pilates and green juice, her Instagram feed a curated lie of perfection. Victor, 45, with a gym rat physique and a salt and pepper beard, played the part of a tech visionary, but his eyes betrayed a coward's paranoia. "To us," Cassie toasted, her smile smug. "And to never looking back." Upstairs, Harper scrolled through her phone, her heart heavy. She'd been binge-watching old family vlogs, memories of Ethan teaching her to code at 10 flooding back. Her mother's gifts, Gucci sneakers, a new MacBook felt like bribes now. A Snapchat notification from Codemaster42 popped up, and her pulse quickened. The photo showed Ethan holding a laptop displaying her childhood coding project, a simple game they'd built together. "Prove it's you," she typed, her fingers trembling. Seconds later, a reply. Encrypted emails detailing Cassie and Victor's 2-year plot. complete with their affair and forged financial records. Harper's world tilted. Everything she'd believed was a lie. Meanwhile, Ethan operated from a hidden bunker in Silicon Valley, a high-tech lair straight out of a sci-fi flick. Rachel handed him a tablet. "They're sloppy," she said. "Victor's laundering money through a fake NFT exchange. Blockchain's screaming his name." Ethan grinned, his first real smile in months. "Let's have some fun." He hacked into Victor's smart home system, making the beach house lights flicker like a haunted mansion. In Malibu, Victor jumped, spilling his drink. "It's a ghost," he yelped, while Cassie sighed. "You're embarrassing yourself." Ethan, watching via a live feed, laughed. "Ghost? Nah, just me haunting their dreams." The next move was bolder. Ethan brokered a secret deal with Apex Innovations, a Fortune 500 tech giant. When Apex announced the acquisition of Sentinel Tech's remaining assets, Cassie nearly choked on her kombucha. "That's impossible!" she screamed, scrolling through the news. The press release cited recovery of misappropriated funds and correcting internal sabotage. Cassie's offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands safety net were frozen. The funds redirected to an escrow controlled by Ethan's team. She called Victor, who was pacing like a caged animal. "My crypto wallet's gone," he shouted. "This is Ethan, I know it." Cassie's influencer facade cracked, her perfectly curated life unraveling. Ethan met Olivia Grant, Apex's CEO, in a sleek San Francisco boardroom. Olivia, a 50-something powerhouse with a wit as sharp as her blazer, leaned back. "This is some James Bond-level comeback, Caldwell. I'm impressed." Ethan slid her a dossier, blockchain records, incriminating texts, and proof of Victor's NFT scam. "This isn't just business," he said. "It's personal." Olivia nodded. "Let's bury them." That night, Cassie received an email with Ring camera footage of her and Victor plotting in the beach house, captioned, "Smile. You're on candid camera." Ethan called her on a burner phone, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "You kept the house, but I kept the cameras. How's that influencer vibe holding up?" Cassie's scream echoed through the mansion. The stakes skyrocketed when Ethan crashed a Las Vegas tech conference, posing as a journalist. Victor, mid-panel, was waxing poetic about innovation when Ethan stood up. "Mr. Slade, care to explain the missing Sentinel Tech funds?" Victor fumbled, spilling his coffee on stage, his face a viral meme by morning. The internet erupted with tech traders, fueled by Ethan's team leaking doctored screenshots of Cassie and Victor's schemes, turning them into tabloid punchlines. In a desperate move, Cassie tried to sell Ethan's vintage comic book collection online, only to find the listings hacked with memes of her captioned, "When your influencer game crashes harder than your stock portfolio." The internet ate it up. Harper, meanwhile, uncovered a gut punch. Cassie had bribed her therapist to fake reports of anger issues, painting Harper as unstable to keep her from Ethan. Furious, she met Marcus Kane, Ethan's operative, at a Venice Beach skate park. Marcus, a former Marine with a dry sense of humor, handed her a phone. The video showed Cassie laughing. "Harper's just a pawn, like her dad. I never loved him." Harper's heart shattered, but her resolve hardened. "I want the truth," she told Marcus. "All of it." Across town, Victor tried to flee to Dubai, but Ethan's team hacked his private jet's booking system, stranding him at LAX. "Looks like your getaway's grounded," Rachel texted Ethan, chuckling. "Economy class for Slade." Cassie, cornered, hired Gordon Price, a shady lawyer who bragged about burying Ethan. Gordon dug up dirt on Ethan's CIA past, alleging he'd bent rules for covert ops, and leaked it to gossip blogs. The headline screamed, "Tech CEO's Dark Secrets," but Ethan was ready. At a press conference, Olivia Grant debunked the leaks with forensic data, proving the documents were forged. "This is a desperate smear campaign by criminals under investigation," she declared, holding up evidence of Victor's NFT scam. The crowd gasped as federal agents arrested Gordon in a Starbucks bathroom, caught shredding documents like a low-rent villain in a B-movie. Harper texted Cassie, "I know the truth. I'm done." and joined Ethan at his new Los Angeles headquarters. Over pizza, they reconciled, Ethan teaching her a new coding trick, a callback to their old vlogs. "You're not a pawn," he said. "You're my legacy." Harper's eyes shone with pride. In a final blow, federal agents raided the beach house, catching Cassie mid-yoga pose, her influencer dreams collapsing. Victor, betraying Cassie for a plea deal, offered agents rare Pokemon cards as collateral in a pathetic, recorded blunder. Cassie, enraged, lunged at him in their hotel room, only for agents to burst in, cuffing them both. 6 months later, Sentinel Tech thrived under Apex, with Ethan mentoring young entrepreneurs at a sleek downtown campus. He stood with Harper, now eyeing Stanford's cybersecurity program, and shared his philosophy. "They tried to erase us, but we rewrote the code. That's not revenge, it's redemption." His words carried weight, a lesson in resilience and strategy for anyone facing betrayal. The Malibu beach house, reclaimed, stood as a symbol of his comeback, its waves whispering of second chances. This story isn't just about Ethan, it's about you. When life knocks you into the dumpster, you don't stay down. You build a plan, fight smart, and rise stronger. If Ethan's comeback inspires you, hit that subscribe button to join our community of dreamers and doers. Share in the comments, what's one setback you turned into a comeback? Let's inspire each other. But the story wasn't over. A week later, Ethan received an encrypted email from an unknown source, hinting at a new player in Victor's network, someone still out there watching. Ethan smiled, ready for the next challenge. In the world of tech and trust, the game never truly ends. You just keep coding your way forward.